Are you exhausted from the manual management of your accounting practice? Are you seeking a way to streamline your processes and enhance productivity? Look to Nomi, the ultimate CRM solution crafted specifically for accountants and bookkeepers. At Nomi, we recognize the hurdles you encounter while running your practice. That's why we have transformed practice management with Nomi. Utilizing Nomi can trim an average of 3 hours per new client onboarding, allowing you to save more time. However, the benefits extend beyond time savings. With Nomi, tasks such as quote and letter of engagement generation, client task management, and automatic KYC checks become seamless, freeing up precious time. Moreover, features like automated confirmation statements, fee protector, and comprehensive CRM compliance integration are available right from the outset. If you are tired of wasting valuable time and resources on managing your customer relationships manually, then look no further than Nomi, the go to cost effective CRM solution that will supercharge your practice management. With Nomi, you can streamline your customer interactions and focus on what matters, growing your business or relaxing after a hard day's work. Don't let another minute slip away. Try Nomi today and experience the difference for yourself. Nomi offers a wide range of features that are designed to make your life easier and more convenient. Another great feature of Nomi is our intuitive user interface, which makes it easy to navigate and use. Whether you are a tech savvy user or a beginner, you'll find our app to be user friendly and intuitive. We also take our privacy and security seriously. All of your data is encrypted and stored securely, so you can rest assured that your information is safe with us. Hey there, my name is Rahul, and in this video, I'm going to show you the power of Nomi CRM. So I'll straight away start with the CRM module. As we click on CRM on the left hand side, then it takes us to the dashboard of the clients. It will show you how many clients you're having here, and we have an integration between the CRM and the compliance. So whenever you add any clients in the CRM, they also get updated under the compliance. So before I start here in the CRM, I will brief you what it is all about and what we offer. So in CRM, we have like main three functions. That is, the first is letter of engagement. In the letter of engagement, you can send the letter of engagements to the leads or the prospects. So you can add a lead or a prospect, you can send them the letter of engagement, that is the quote and contract, and you can then do the onboarding as soon as they sign the contract electronically. So in the onboarding, you can do the 64/8 agent authorization request, and then you can also send the professional clearance letters, and very good feature is there, that is your KYC AML check. So that also you can perform as a part of the onboarding process. And onboarding is done in two steps. The first step is always to review the details of the person of that company or the client. And then after that, you can do all the rest of the bit as I mentioned. And then the next from there is the practice management element within the CRM. So we have a task management, time management, deadline management, and document management. Apart from that, we have a company secretarial module included within the CRM. So we also offer the submissions of confirmation statements as well as the SS01, and you can also incorporate a company or a LLP, and you can do it directly from the software. Then lots and lots of automation is also offered. We have automated the confirmation statement submissions here. We have automated the KYC submissions, KYC AML checks, because let's say you're doing it for 200, 300 contacts. It is not possible to do it every year manually. It will take a lot of admin time. So to save the admin time, we have automated this. And when we come to the the confirmation statement, then also it saves a lot of time. So what it usually does, it just reconciles the information with the company's house, and it sends the draft approval request to the client. They can approve it, and once they approve, if there are no changes to be reported, the software submits the confirmation statements on your behalf. So again, I mean, a huge time is saved there as well. So the whole idea behind this automation and integration is to save the manual time, the admin time that is wasted there. Now I'll start with the CRM, and in the CRM, we have the leads management. Apart from that, we have some other features as well, like there is a value pricing matrix. We have web forms integration, so leads are generated automatically, and you can then change the templates. The templates are there, you can customize those templates. Then we have a fee protector feature. Tasks are now automated, so you can create your own checklists. And then we have a tax investigation cover as well. So these kind of other features are also provided within the CRM. Now, the very first step is to add a lead. I'll just click on lead, and then we can add a lead. Although the first step when you start in CRM would be to click on accountant setup and then go through all these options and set up the various sections. I will cover this as well when we complete the like when we are towards the end of the demonstration. I will go through all these points. So the first step here would be to add a lead. You can add a lead here. You can click on add, and you can then add a lead. And this is a dashboard which shows you the KPIs, such as how many leads have been added in the past 30 days. Out of them, how many are converted? What's the top lead channel? That right now we can see it's a digital marketing. So digital marketing means that we are getting more and more leads through this channel. We are spending some money on the SEO and the digital marketing. So through that, we are getting the leads. Then my leads, the leads assigned to me are there. So 97 leads are there. And to be contacted means the leads are assigned, but I have to still contact the 71 leads out of them. And all the leads will get listed on this screen. And to add a lead, we can click on this add. And from here, we can add a lead. So we have to populate the information of the person. So I will enter my details right now. And as soon as we enter the postcode, this address list will pop up on the screen. We can choose our address. We can click on next. And after that, we have to select the inquiry date. So let's say inquiry was done today or a week before. So we can change the date from here. Then business type we have. So business type is company, sole trader, private, all that. So we'll take it as a company. Private means an individual. So it's totally based on the type of inquiry. And then the inquiry type, that is small business, large business, property business, all of that. So that we can select from here. Now, this is quite crucial, the business type and inquiry type, because the value pricing matrix is based on that. We have all the industry standard services and the packages created based on those services, such as company formation, partnership accounts, sole trader accounts, things like that. So we have already created by default, and then you can use those services. You can also create the services of your choice, and you can customize the pricing as well. Lead owner we have to enter. So I will select a lead owner here. So we can just enter a name, and in the drop down we can see the name is there. And after this we have an offer code. So we can select the offer code here. If you're giving any sort of offer, we can add the offers within the software. There's an option of pick list editor through which we can add the offer codes. Then channel is there, how we got the lead. Let's say we got the lead through a digital marketing, and the first contact method was a live chat because we were running a Google advert, and the client clicked on that and they were redirected to our website, and then the live chat started. So this is how we contacted them. This was the first way of contacting. Then what is the service frequency? Like they've requested for a ongoing or a one-off, both of them. So we can select one-off and ongoing. And what is the ongoing frequency? It's a monthly frequency because we are doing the bookkeeping or payroll as well. Then services we can select. So these are just for record keeping purpose. Actual services will be listed under the quote and contract. So we can select these services, and then we can click on next, and the business details are there. Now we are also integrated with the company's house, so we can directly fetch the data from there. So if I click on the name and if I select it, all the data is then being fetched from the company's house. We can choose in which country it was incorporated and then click on next. And here again, we have to just enter the postcode. And as we enter the postcode, the pop-up will appear. We can choose the address and then we can click on next. So this is how a lead is created. And once the lead is created, you can review all the details, like the contact details are there. And then the inquiry related information, whatever is recorded, like business type, inquiry date. If you want to make any changes afterwards, you can do that as well. Tags is something like if they are a landlord, you can create a tag for landlord. If they are in the IT business, you can create a tag for IT business. So like that, you can create a tag here as well. Then description is there. If you want to give any description, you can do that. Operations, we have under operations, it will show you that what is the current lead status. So right now you've just added this. Later on, when you send the quote or a contract, it changes to contract send or a quote sent, and it also changes to contract signed when the client will sign this. So let's say we have booked a meeting with them. So we will select meeting booked. And after this, once the meeting is booked, then we can provide a date as well, like what is the next follow-up date here. So all that we can keep a track of. Let's say next Friday is the meeting. Then lead rating is there, like whether it's a hot, warm, or cold. It is most likely that they will subscribe to our services. We will mark them as hot, and otherwise warm or cold. And the primary language and the rest of the data is there, so you can update that as well. Then trading details of that particular company. So here we can see all this is coming from the company's house. Then the deadlines get updated. So as you can see, this is again updated from the company's house. As soon as we've added the record, the data has been updated. Then the address related information. So the registered office address data is coming from the company's house, and we updated the trading address by ourselves. And then the directors. So these are the two directors, and these records are also being fetched from the company's house. So all the manual work is removed and everything is automated within the CRM. So you're getting all this information directly from the company's house. Now, marketing, we have already recorded how we have got the lead. If you want to make any changes afterwards, you can do that. You can send an email if you want to. And this is a two-way email integration. Let's say you have sent an email to the client and you require some details from them. And if they respond to that email, you will find that response here as well. So the whole trail is there and all the communication is at one place. So this is really helpful. No other emails will be here. It is just on those emails which you're sending through Nomi. Then SMS we have. So in the SMS, you can send a SMS, and once you send the SMS, it is received at the client's end. You will have to save their phone number. Now, if you, this communication is a one way. It is not like email that you have sent a SMS and they've replied to it and you will receive a response here. It is not like that. It's just a one way communication. Then documents we have, so you can upload the documents. As I mentioned, we have the document management. So we provide a portal access to the clients where the clients can share the business documents and their personal documents, and they can also update their information from their end. So this information is like their personal information, like date of birth and everything. And this is then used in the KYC as well. So we can provide them the document portal access and then they can share the information with us. So here, if you want to share any documents, we can click on new upload file, we can create a folder, and we can also manage the access. Like if internally we want to upload any documents and we want to restrict the access, that we don't want the client to see those documents, we can restrict the access to private. So that also we can do. So here we can first create a folder. Once we create a folder, we can click on upload file, and then here we can share the file with the client, and we can also notify any team members within the team. Next is notes. Any notes you want to leave, you can leave it here. You can provide the internal notes. Let's say you called the client, but they were not available and you left a voicemail. Then timesheets you have. So in the timesheets, you can record the time. Now, time can be recorded in two different ways. One is adding the time manually. Like if you're billing the client on the time basis, you can record it. Or even if you want to keep a track how much time is being spent on different leads, you can do it from here. And apart from this, this is the timer. You can click on this and you can choose a module, like you want to record it for leads, clients, or contacts, and you can update the name and you can then click on start. As you will click on start, the timer will start and it will start recording the time. And as and when you complete the work, you can stop this timer. So automatically the entry is recorded. Call logs are there. In call logs, you can then create a call. This is not the actual voice recording, but it is just the agenda of the call. So you can record that what was the purpose, what was the outcome. The call purpose you can choose from here. The call duration will be selected as you update the data. What was the subject, everything you can record so that you always have a trail of when you called and what was the result. Then tasks, you can create tasks. I will cover on the left hand side. Although you can create a task for the lead. Let's say the follow-up task is there. So that task can be created and assigned to different team members. And history we have. So history is a audit trail basically, which allows you to see what all changes were made by a particular user. So that you can check under history. Now, most of these tabs are common between these modules like leads, clients, and the contacts. So you can check from like all of them will be common. So you can later on see they will be there as well. And now you can convert this to a client, this particular lead. Let's say everything has been agreed. no contract is required. You can just click on convert to client, and this lead will be converted to the client. If you click on add warning and add a message that ID proof has not been received, so this will come as a warning message in the header in the red color, and anybody who would access the record, they'll come to know that still the ID proof is not received. Create quote means from this screen you can directly create a quote. It will take you the quote and contract window, and from there, like, you can start uh, through, and you can create a quote and a contract. And delete lead means, like, if you don't want the lead there, you don't want that record, you can delete it as well. So this is how we can add a lead. Next is the quote and contract. So on the quote and contract, we have the contract sent, contract signed, signed value, awaiting signature, and unsent contract. So this shows us that in the past 30 days, if you have sent any contract and then the contract signed for, like, if we have signed anything in the next 30 days, like in the past 30 days, and then what is the signed up value, the business generated, and the awaiting signature. So let's say we have sent 10 contracts and 8 are signed, 2 are not signed. So the 2 will show under awaiting signature. So you can check here and you can follow them up that why the leads have not signed those contracts. And then unsent contracts. So you created a contract, but you never sent that. So that goes into unsent contracts. You can then review it again and send the contract to the lead. And all the contracts that are created will get listed on the screen. It will show you the pricing status, that it is created, contract signed, like this, you can see on the screen. And then we can click on new quote. As we click on new quote, we are on the screen. And here we can then provide the name of the lead. So as we provide the name of the lead, then we can see company and a small business. It is selected by default, and it's a digital marketing. Quote type is new, and secondary quote type is also new because we are doing a new or additional quote only for this particular client. And if it's a replacement, then in that case we can change it. Contract owner, so my name is there, and we can change that as well if required. Ad hoc and one off, like ad hoc is a one off service, and then we have the recurring service. So one off services can be like VAT registration or filing a P11D. All that comes under the ad hoc services. Recurring services are basically the bookkeeping, payroll, which we do on a usual, like, monthly basis or so. So that goes into the recurring services. Now we'll click on next, and we are on the screen select service. So as I mentioned earlier, we have the value pricing matrix. Based on that, all these services and packages get listed. So you can see on the screen, you can select the services of your choice. Whatever has been agreed between you and the client, you can select the services here. Let's say the company year-end accounts, tax return, payroll, all that. But let's see if we get that in the package, because the packages are predefined. If we select premium package, then based on that, the services are also selected. And if we don't want any package to be there, we can again set this to select a package, and then we can select the services of our choice. So we are selecting these services like payroll, bookkeeping, company year-end accounts, tax return, self-assessment, and we want a ad hoc service, that is a VAT registration service as well. Now from here, we'll click on next. These were the services required by the customer. And then we have the pricing driver. Pricing driver means how the pricing will be determined. So the turnover we have agreed is between 20K to 85K. The monthly bookkeeping transactions we are going to post is 50. Then what type of CIS it is? It's a dividend and wages, a basic tax return we are doing, no other transactions involved. So we'll set all of them to no. Let's say if there is any capital gain, then there will be an extra charge of 200, 300 pounds for that. So as and when you will include these, the charges will increase on the self-assessment. And then we have the payroll inputs. So if you're doing just the monthly one, then the charges will be less, like, the type of payslip. If you're just doing the wages, then it will be less. If you're doing wages and pension both, then the charges will be more. And here you can set this to 2, and then click on next. As you click on next, then you are on the package code. Now here it will show you the custom package by default, which is the package we have created, or we can say the services we selected, and based on that, the package was created. That is company year-end accounts, company tax return, bookkeeping, self-assessment, and payroll. And no other services included, and there is no discount as well. Now, in the premium package, the services of the custom packages are included, but then it is also offering other services like registered office, cloud-based real-time accounting software, confirmation statement, all of that. And there is a huge discount of 46%. So here also we can give a discount. I have put a limit of 10%, so I can also only give up to 10%. And anything we want to give, like if you want to request a higher discount, let's say the team members are doing it, they're only allowed a 10% discount, but to close the deal they want to offer a 20% discount, they'll click on request higher discount, and then they can request for a higher discount as well, which is then approved by the account manager. So here we can see the charges. Different packages are there. Let's say we want to offer a premium package and a custom package, so in that case we will select this and this, and then we have the payment frequency, so we can change it to monthly, and we can see there is a difference. So here it is 198 and here it is 341 pounds. Now we can also see that there is a VAT charge. Sometimes the firms are not registered for the VAT, so we can take off the VAT and the VAT will also not show up. And then the payment type, so we can set up a direct debit. So what happens whenever you send the contract and the contract is signed by the client, then after that, they also get a direct debit mandate. So they can also set up the direct debit mandate directly from the software. So we'll make it direct debit go cardless. We'll click on next. And then we are on the ad hoc code. This is a one-off. We'll click on next. We want to offer any discount, we can do that. Then we have terms and conditions on the screen, the payment terms and conditions. So again, this is coming from a template. As I mentioned, we have provided maximum templates. We can customize the templates and we can change all of that because it is different for every firm. And then we can click on next and we are into the code. So this is how the code would look like. So we can see Nomi's logo there. I have uploaded Nomi's logo. In your case, you can upload your logo and your firm's logo will appear here. And it says proposal for Peter William Taylor, who's the director. And then this is how it would look like. And it will clearly mention what is the difference, the custom and the premium. Then the monthly pricing, what is the monthly pricing here? What is the total fee charged? And this is the one-off fee. Then the statement of facts, what we are going to perform in that contract. And then the scope of work and the payment terms and conditions. And finally, the signature. So once the signature is there, you can see everything, and this all can be updated under the accountant setup, and we can click on quote, send quote. So on the screen, again, it will list the quote here, and we can see it is in a HTML format. So it can be sent in a PDF format. It can be sent as a HTML. HTML looks more professional. It is well designed as compared to the PDF. So we always recommend to use the HTML link. So this is how it would say, this is how it gets updated. Like, dear Rahul, we're really looking forward to working with you as promised. I've generated a code for you for the services you'll require. You'll be able to access and accept the code by clicking the following link. So as we send this, the customer can click here. They'll be redirected to a web page and they can preview the complete document and they get the option to accept or reject the code. And as soon as they accept the code, we get an email that they have accepted. Even if they reject the code, then also we receive an email that they have rejected the code. Now, what we can do on the screen, we can click on send, and then this quote will be sent to the client. Now on the screen, we can see the contract is there, and let's say the client has selected the premium package. So we'll set this to premium, and we can see the pricing here on the screen. It's a monthly 371 pounds. And I have also received the quote, and now we will click on generate contract. Now, as we click on generate contract, we can see the engagement letter. There is a director guarantee letter. Director guarantee letter is usually you're getting a guarantee from the director that in any given case, if the dues are not paid by the company, then the director will be personally liable to pay the dues. So that is the director guarantee letter, the direct debit go cardless mandate, and the self-assessment registration form. So if you want to include it, you can do that as well. You can click on generate and review contract, and this will generate the contract. Now, once the contract is generated, we can preview it here. We have to just click on preview. I'll just share my screen again and show you how it looks like. So this is how the contract would look like. And it says we are delighted to accept the appointment as your accountant, and we are writing to confirm the matters we have agreed, then whatever has been agreed between the parties. After that, the appendix 1 would show up. So these services are included in the package, and this is the price they have to pay, and this is the one-off they need to do. Then what is the scope of work? After this, we have the appendix 2, which is the payment terms and conditions, and then the signatures. So here you have to, like, the sign will show the signature of the director of the firm. Then a tag will appear here, and the client will click on the tag. As they click on the tag, there then a pop-up will appear, and in that pop-up, they can then draw the signature. They can type in their name, choose a font, or they can also upload the scanned signature. And after this, we have the terms and conditions. So these terms and conditions are at the firm level. So as and when you'll choose the governing accounting body, all this will get updated. So you can check this, and then you have the signatures at the bottom of the screen. So once you sign there, click on next, it will take you there as well. So I'll share my screen again. Now from here, what we have to do, we have to just click on send. And as we click on send, then it will send this contract to the customer. They will receive an email. As in when they view that, you will again receive an email that they have viewed the contract. And once they sign the contract, you will get the signed copy in the email as an attachment, and in the documents record of that particular client in Nomi, it will get uploaded by default. So right now we will not click on send because it will be a long process. I will just click on mark as sign, and I am manually marking it as sign, and we'll click on continue. And as we click on continue, then we can see that the contract is signed. Once the contract is signed, we can then click on onboarding. Now, as we click on onboarding, you can see that my name is there, and we can start the onboarding in this screen. We have to just click on start. As we click on start, this is the first step. We are starting the onboarding, and once we click on start, then we can start reviewing the information. So first is the contact. These three contacts we have. So we are making Peter as the default contact in this case. And we can update the position that all three of them are the director. And then we can click on next. Now we can review the company related information here. Then we can check the trading details, the trading address, then marketing related information, whatever we recorded there. Then operations we have. So here we can see who's the account manager, who's the accountant. So let's say uh, Jane is the accountant and I'm the account manager. And billing frequency is monthly. Through direct debit go cardless, we are receiving the amount. And agreement fees 284, ad hoc fees 200. Then the joining date, offer code. If we're giving any sort of offer, then we have to update this. Rest we can skip it. And today's date is a joining date because we're doing the onboarding today. And then we click on next. What all software they're using for different modules, we can update it here. And then we can click on next. And after this, we move to the KYC. So this is the first step. We review all the information here, and then we move to the second stage, which is the KYC, AML checks, 64(8) agent authorization request, professional clearance letters, and all this as you can see on the screen. So for KYC, what we have to do, we have to just click on add KYC, and here we can see the details. Now, until and unless we complete the first step, they are not created as a contact. Now you can see Peter William Taylor, AWS Limited is created as a contact, and my name is also showing up for AWS Limited. So once the that portal access is provided to the contact or the director, they can update all this information. We have to click on submit digitally. As we click on submit digitally, this is then submitted to a third party provider called ID3 Global, and they then perform these data checks, such as based on few of the database, such as PEPS, international PEPS, sanction list, mortality database, and there are few other database as well. And it will generate a score between 0 to 2400 and with a status of pass, refer, or fail. So pass means everything is good to go. Refer means the details have not matched. So all the details have not matched. It can be a possibility that the address details are different to what it is mentioned here. Like recently they changed the address, so whatever is there on the passport or the driving license, because this KYC check is performed on the basis of a driving license or the passport number, and if the address does not match, it will go into refer, so we can again update that. And failed is a red flag, which means their name is in any of the database, so the record is not clean. So you will have to take like you have to talk to them, you have to check at your end why it has gone into red, and that is something you should stop there because the name is in any of the sanction list. Now from here, what we can do, we can again proceed further, and then we can click on self assessment. In self-assessment, we can provide the NI UTR and tick on the self-assessment, and in their contact record, these details are updated. And from there, we can create a self-assessment record for these contacts, for these directors, whenever we are doing the self-assessment. Then agent authorization request. So let's say it is required, and it is required for PAY, CIS, corporation tax. Let's say for corporation tax, we can update the UTR, click on submit. And before that, we have to update the agent authorization details like the CT agent ID or SA agent ID and the username and password. So that we have to update, and based on that, the request is sent to the HMRC. The HMRC will generate a code and share it with your customer. The customer will share the code with you. You will have to then update it on the website, and you will become an authorized agent for your client. Then professional clearance we have. So professional clearance is nothing but getting a professional clearance from the previous accountant. So you can first put in the address details. Now, what all details are required here, you can select them, or you can also customize it. There is an option to customize this as well. Now here we will click on save. And as we click on save, a PDF is generated for this. So we can see Nomi's logo, then professional clearance request, AWS Limited. And it says we have been approached to accept the appointment as accountants and tax advisor to the above company and to similarly act for their personal tax affairs. We would be grateful if you could please advise us whether there are any reasons, professional or otherwise, why we should not accept these appointments. And what information we require, we can then update that. And we can send this letter to the previous accountant, and they get a 14-day access of the document portal where they can upload all the data which they have with them, and rather than sharing over an email, because we have this document management in place. And this is how we can do the professional clearance. Now compliance data is there. So in compliance data, let's say we have received the information, they registered for VAT, we got the VAT information, we can update it here. Similarly, we can update the payroll related information, the HMRC, government gateways of the client, and the company authorization code. That also we can update here. So once we update all this, we don't have to update it again and again in different places. So that is the beauty of the software. You can keep a complete control of your practice from one place. And then after that, tasks are there. Task is nothing but it's just a checklist. Whenever you're onboarding your clients, you may follow up a checklist that you have to invite them for a party or a meeting, or you want to give them some sort of software training, you want to send them a welcome email, give them a welcome call. So this can be your checklist. You can again customize it under the accountant setup. And then we have the compliance sync. So compliance sync is the final step where we create this client into compliance, and you will be able to create the services like bookkeeping, final accounts, payroll, all the services directly from here. You don't have to do it again anywhere else. Directly from here you can create. So you have to just click on create, and it will create the services into the compliance. So this is how the onboarding is completed. This is the first part, that is I mentioned the letter of engagement, which includes the lead management and the quotes and contracts and the onboarding. Now, once the client is set up here, this onboarding is done. We can click on clients. And as we click on clients, again, as we saw this screen where it shows us. So where it shows us how many new clients we've got in the past 30 days, how many clients are there, or I mean, we have lost in the past 30 days, the total number of clients, the business generated from them, and the clients assigned to us, and the business generated from them. We can also add the clients manually. We can import them in bulk through a CSV file. And here all the clients will get listed. These filter options are there. We can search as well. And to check, we can see AWS Limited is listed. We'll click on the name, and then we have several tabs on the screen. So as we've already gone through the lead management, there we added a lead and we have gone through. So most of the tabs are common, but yeah, here you can see the client details. You can update all the information like who's the accountant, who's the bookkeeper, who's the account manager, what type of client they are, and you can update the email address, and all these details are there. Then contacts we have. So they are the default contacts of the particular company. Then trading and address information. So here we can see the trading and the address related data on the screen. Then compliance and deadlines we have. So in compliance, again, we can update the information here. And then we have the bookkeeping. So whether bookkeeping, if I set this to active, a bookkeeping record will be created there. Then frequency we can set monthly or bi-monthly, quarterly, what it is, and who's doing the bookkeeping. You're doing the bookkeeping. or the client is doing the bookkeeping, what are the agreed transactions, final account. Similarly, you can activate the service. You can see the deadlines on the screen. Payroll, again, you can see the next payroll will show from the payroll module. It is integrated there. VAT, it will show. You can activate the VAT service, payroll service from here. Then CIS deadline also, it will show you on the screen if you're doing the CIS, and the softwares you're using uh, for different modules. Then credit control is all about the fee breakdown. You can see how how the client is being charged and how you're billing them. So all that will be here. And whenever you bill any of your customer, then this invoice gets listed into the compliance module of your firm's record in the firm's bookkeeping. Then notes, you can leave the notes. We've already discussed the email, SMS, job. We don't refer now. So email, you can see this email is being sent. This email was sent to the client, which is there. And a job is like you can create a job and assign it, but I think now the task is in place, so you can refer to the tasks. Document management, again, you can see these signed documents are there. The clients can also have an access to this. You also have an access to this, and you can check whenever you want to. And marketing related information, value added services such as registered office services there. So registered office service means like you're giving a registered office service to the client and you're charging that to your client, so you can record it here. Timesheets, we have again timesheets, call logs, history, and tasks. They are common between the leads, clients, and the contacts. You can add it to a CS. Add to CS means you are adding this record to the company secretarial module so that you can file the confirmation statement. You can do um, the what we say the SS01 or appointment of directors, resignation of directors. All that you can do within the confirmation statement within the company secretarial module. You can directly create a quote or contract afterwards as well. You can do the compliance sync at a later stage. And if you have created a client and later on you want to go through this onboarding process, you can do it from the action as well. Then again, we have these contacts which are then created as a part of the onboarding process, or whenever we add the companies directly from the company's house, we can click on the name. And here we have to update the data in the summary, like the first name, last name, the gender, date of birth, contact details. Then client we have, so we can click on client. We can mark them as a default director, shareholder, any information we want to record, we can do it. ID and address, we can do that, residential address and everything. We can update it. They can also update it from their end if we provide them the portal access. Compliance related information is there. That is the NI, UTR, the personal UTR, government gateway, all that we can record on the screen. And finally, the operations, where we can tick on this checkbox, self-assessment required, if we have updated all the information in the previous tabs, and it will create a record in the compliance under the self-assessment module. So we don't have to do it separately there because all the information is updated in CRM. And in the portal user, we can tick this checkbox, and as we tick the checkbox and click on save changes, it will send an invite on that particular email address which is saved under the summary section, and it will it will send the email to the client to this contact, and then they can log in online. There is a link in that. There is an email and there is a username and the password. They can use it, and then they can log in online and they can share the documents with you. Rest all is common, like email, SMS, documents, notes, timesheets, call logs, task, and history. Then we have the KYC checks. So you can also perform the KYC check separately if you're not doing any onboarding. In case you just want to do a KYC check and start with the tax record of the individual, then you can come onto this screen and then perform the check. You can submit the request digitally and it fetches the result on that check. This is submitted digitally to a third-party provider called ID3 Global, and they generate a score between 0 to 2400 with the status of pass, refer, or fail based on your driving license or passport number. This is usually done on the international PEPS sanction list, mortality database, and a few other databases as well. This can be further automated as mentioned earlier, and it saves a lot of admin time in manually performing the KYC ML check within Nomi. Next is the company secretarial. So here it shows you the KPIs such as how many accounts deadlines or confirmation statement deadlines are getting due in the next 30 days, the total number of companies and the filings you have made along with the companies assigned to you. There are filter options through which you can search for a specific company, and also the companies or LLPs are listed on the screen. You have to just click on add to CS under the client record and it will be listed here. From this screen, you can access CS reports such as deadline report, submission history, and invoices generated for the confirmation statements. The company secretarial module allows you to incorporate a company or LLP and file confirmation statements. To incorporate a company, you will have to click on Incorporate, and here you can choose the company type and search for the name. This will do a company's house search. And will let you know the name availability. Then you can update the rest of the details and click on Next. And then you have to add the directors and person with significant control. Then on the next screen, you have to allot shares, and on summary, you will find a sample articles of association that you can download and then make necessary changes and upload it back. After this, you can submit the incorporation request to Companies House, and once accepted, it will issue a certificate of incorporation. To submit a confirmation statement manually, you have to click on the client name, and this will take you to the client record where you can see all the information is fetched from Companies House. You can submit the confirmation statement and follow an 8-step process. You can update the relevant information if there is any change from the previously filed confirmation statement, such as registered address, officers, SIC codes, share capital, shareholders, and then submit the confirmation statement. If there are no changes, then the software can help you with the filing through automation without wasting a single minute. Similarly, you can submit Asset01 and also update the data related to the appointment and resignation of directors, change in address, etc. Director details also you can update here. The automatic confirmation statement filing helps you file the confirmation statements in case there are no changes to be reported, and this means you can submit confirmation statements even if you are not working. The concept is simple. A practice management verifies the data we hold with the Companies House, and if this reconciles, then it sends the draft to the client. Once the draft is approved by the client, it submits the confirmation statement to Companies House and then sends the client confirmation statement and copy of the invoice. This all can be done without spending a single minute. Confirmation statement module can take care of so many kinds of stuff like the incorporation of company, appointment of directors, change of directors, resignation of directors, board resolutions, and many more things. Next is task management. On the screen, it shows you various tasks that are created, and you can use the filter option available in the top left side and filter between various statuses. You can also check how many steps are completed, what's the due date and target date, and if anything is outstanding and needs your attention. To create a task, you can click on New Task in the top right corner, and then you can create a task for a lead, client, or contact. You can enter the task name, choose the checklist or the step that you have already created, set the default owner of this task to whom you want to assign, and add a value that is billing. Then you can give a target date that is the internal deadline and by which it should be completed, and a due date that is the actual deadline. The status for any task you create has to be not started. Later, the team members can change the status, and you can also leave any instructions under notes. These sub-steps in a task can also be assigned to different users, and they receive reminder emails to complete the task. So this is a way you can create the tasks. Next is calendar. So on the calendar, you can add a to-do or an event and also set up an internal reminder. And these reminders will pop up on the screen based on the timer you have set. It helps you keep track of all your daily activities. Then next is the deadline report. So we'll click on reports, and then we have the deadlines. And this shows you the deadlines for all the companies and LLPs related to accounts or confirmation statement, VAT, and payroll. So you can see it on the screen. You can also find these under individual records, and it allows you to download the report in Excel and PDF. You can also check any submission updates made to the Companies House on this screen. After this, we have the analytics report. This shows you reports related to practice, such as the revenue generated at a particular time by different account managers, timesheet reports, that is billed and unbilled data, client status, whether active or inactive, onboarding information, and the contracts which are signed by different leads. Finally, the accountant setup is there. which is always the first step whenever we start in Nomi. So setting up the accountant setup is the crucial step when it comes to CRM implementation. It's like laying the foundation for your house. You want to ensure that it's set up correctly from the get-go. By meticulously going through each section and double checking everything, you can make sure that you are making the most of your CRM and in turn boost your efficiency and productivity. After all, a well organized and optimized CRM can be a game changer for any business looking to streamline its process and improve its bottom line. Nomi CRM is a customer relationship management tool designed specifically for accountants and bookkeepers. It helps manage client relationships, tasks, and deadlines, and automate processes like quotes, LOEs, and KYCs checks to save time and increase efficiency. Nomi CRM streamlines your practice by saving you time in onboarding, task management, and automating standard processes. This allows you to focus more on strategic tasks and increase your practice. With Nomi CRM, you can save up to 3 hours per new client in the onboarding process. That's an incredible 30 days a year if you onboard just 5 new clients per week. Nomi CRM allows you to generate quotes and letters of engagement in minutes, reducing the typical time spent on these tasks. It considers your pricing structure and the services required by the client. It also provides automatic KYC checks as part of its features, making compliance checks easy and swift. It is designed to integrate seamlessly with other modules within the Nomi suite, providing a holistic solution for your practice. This helps to ensure data consistency and reduce manual data entry. At Nomi, we take data security seriously. Our CRM platform uses industry standard encryption and secure protocols to ensure that your data and your clients' data are always safe and secure. We pride ourselves on offering exceptional customer support. We are here to assist you with any queries you have. As the saying goes, there's no time like the present. If you want to streamline your practice management processes and stay ahead of the curve, Nomi is the solution you've been searching for. Don't miss out on the opportunity to experience the future of accounting and practice management today. Thank you.